We have major breaking news out of the state of Virginia. The Virginia Senate has passed Senate Bill 115. It is like the 9th or 10th gun control bill passed like in the last week in Virginia. It is absolutely crazy. And this one personally affects me, even though I don't live in Virginia. This is one of the craziest ones so far. It is one of the most draconian ones so far. And it undoes one of the best things actually about Virginia gun law. This completely destroys Virginia CCW reciprocity. So to give a basic summary of the bill, by the way, if you're new here, please do subscribe. We're trying to bring the Second Amendment to the forefront of people under the age of 25. If you like the sound of that, subscribe. But yeah, to give a quick summary of the bill, essentially this bill systematically just wipes out Virginia's CCW reciprocity laws. The way it worked previously was Virginia respected concealed carry weapons permits from all 50 states, right? There was a couple little strings attached, but generally, essentially, they respected all CCWs, again, with some asterisks, right? And that made sense, right? If I'm a concealed carry weapon holder in North Carolina, and I live in North Carolina and am, then if I drive up into Virginia, obviously that I should just be under the same protections. Common sense, it makes sense. Why would you burden me unnecessarily? They have eliminated that. So now the way it works is the superintendent of state police, which is kind of a random position, I think he was just appointed, has to review all existing CCW regimes from other states, so from all 50 states, and decide which ones are going to be accepted in Virginia, right? Here's the thing. That's not all this bill does. It gets worse. If you are a Virginia resident, you cannot use a CCW from any other state, even if that state is part of the reciprocal list. So let's say Virginia, says, California has strict enough gun control laws. If you're from California, you come here, you can conceal carry. If you're a Virginia resident, which I think is defined as just being in there for more than 30 days, that no longer applies. You have to get a separate Virginia CCW application, which is, a big arduous process, and I'm sure they're going to make it more arduous. The point of this, undeniably, the point of this is essentially to eliminate gun ownership as much as they can from the state of Virginia, right? There's only so much they can control. They cannot directly ban, handguns, because that's protected by Heller. They shouldn't be able to directly ban, AR-15s, but they're kind of able to do that, at least until the Supreme Court really acts on it. They can't really ban, gun ownership as a whole. So what they are trying to do with this is essentially eliminate people holding guns in the entire state, because now what they're going to do is they're going to do what Hawaii did, right? And approve like 3 CCW applications over 18 years. They are going to install. You know it, I know it. This is the plan. This is the worst one so far. And again, you're probably tired about hearing about Virginia. God knows I am. I have talked about Virginia literally like 9 times in the last week and a half, because they passed bill after bill after bill after bill, right? They tried to pass the magazine ban with no grandfather clause. Obviously, that didn't work, and so now they just passed an extended magazine ban in the House. They passed an AR-15 ban in the House. The suppressor ban just got killed, and there's like 8 more, right? It's unbelievable. It is ridiculous. Virginia is the epicenter of the Second Amendment fight, and this is the sneaky bill, right? This is the sneaky bill. AR-15 bans. Everyone knows what's going on with AR-15 bans. There's no secret to that one, right? It's obvious. But a bill like this is actually capable of effectively banning concealed carry in the entire state. Now, to ban concealed carry wouldn't be possible from their perspective. But what you can do here, you can restrict essentially non-residents, right? They say they're going to review it. I'm sure North Carolina won't make the list. I'm sure like Texas won't make the list. I'm sure it'll be like Hawaii, right? And Hawaii doesn't really grant CCWs. So they're essentially going to remove all out-of-state people from carrying CCWs, and then they're going to remove the Virginians themselves, right? They're going to they're going to make every person in Virginia reapply for a Virginia CCW, and those waiting lists are going to be like 10 years, and a bunch of people are going to pull their applications. It is the classic game, right? It is the classic game, the classic workaround strategy. This, by the way, happened, I believe, in LA County, right? Where it was taking like 3 years, and you pay your application fee, and, people would wait, essentially multiple years to get it, and they would just pull their application. These are normal people. They don't want to wait around for that long. That is the game they're going to play in Virginia. And this raises a very interesting question. What is there left for them to do? This is the final nail in the coffin, I think, right? This essentially allows them to ban people carrying guns, right? And the crazy thing is, the only thing this bans is legal people carrying legal guns. Like, this one directly only bans gun owners banning legal guns, right? This particular law shows they hate you. They despise you. If you are a gun owner, they hate you with every bit of hate a person can hate another. They hate you and they want to punish you. That's what this is. But what is there left for them to do? Like at this point, what is there left for them to pass, right? What is there left? They're banning AR-15s, right? That's already pushing the legal limits. Magazine ban, that's really pushing the legal limits. Red flag laws, really pushing the legal limits of due process. Now they're doing this. What is there left? I'm actually wondering, because they've gone at such a cadence, this is something they really care about. And I'm not sure really what else they can do. Probably, if I had to guess, vampire rule, right? That's the next logical step. Maybe like a crazy sensitive place restriction, do, I don't know, 1,000 yards around schools, 1,000 yards around parks, 1,000 yards around post offices, 1,000 yards around a bunch of things till basically the whole state is a sensitive place. Maybe that. But I don't even know what else you can do here, because this is pretty much the maximum amount of gun control a single state can cram down. I'd love to know what you guys think. Like, they have essentially gun control max in a week and a half. It shows you how powerful a powerful legislature can be. A powerful legislature can, in literally 2 weeks, radically transform a state. And that is what has happened in Virginia. It is terribly sad to see. It is terribly, terribly sad. But it's the reality of the world we live in today. Virginia has in essence fallen, and it will take literally a decade to undo the damage that has been done in the last 2-3 weeks, right? And unfortunately, Abigail Spanberger has basically won this fight until potentially and hopefully the Supreme Court acts. Anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. Hope that was helpful to you in some way. I really want you to tell me in the comments, what is there left for them to do? Because at this point, I don't know. I do not know what they have left. It seems to me they've pretty much maxed out everything that's vaguely questionable, right? Everything that you can kind of get away with, they've maxed out. And so I don't know what's left for them to do, honestly, at this point. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe down below if you're new. Hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.